You've survived recessions, real estate booms, and life itself. While others are struggling with economic uncertainty, you have wisdom and knowledge that the world needs right now. If you're over 50, you have something incredibly valuable, real-world experience with money, real estate, and life decisions that most people are still trying to figure out. You've lived through market ups and downs, made financial choices you're proud of, and maybe even survived a few you'd do differently if you could. And right now there are people, younger and older, who are desperate to learn from someone who's actually walked through it, not just someone quoting theory from a textbook. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can start sharing your real estate knowledge, your financial wisdom, your life experience right here on YouTube, even if you've never filmed a video before, even if you don't feel like an expert, and even if you're just getting started yourself. Whether you want to help first-time homebuyers, encourage smart financial habits, or simply share the lessons you've learned along the hard way, your story could be the breakthrough someone else needs to build a better future. If you're like a lot of people over 50, you might be wondering if your experiences are really worth sharing. You might be thinking there are already so many financial channels, and I'm not a professional financial advisor, so why would somebody listen to me? Maybe you even question whether your story, your lesson, your mistake, your wins would matter to anyone else. The truth is, there's a huge difference between information and wisdom. Information is everything, but wisdom, the kind that comes from real-world experience, is rare and it's priceless. You've lived through real financial challenges and you've made real estate decisions when the stakes were high. You've learned lessons that no textbook, no article, and no financial planner could have taught you. And right now, there are people who don't need another complicated theory. They need to hear from someone real. Someone who understands the emotions, the fears, the tough decisions, and the wins that come from living life with real skin in the game. Now that you know that your experiences are valuable, let's walk through exactly how you can get started sharing your real estate and financial wisdom on YouTube in a simple, stress-free way. Step 1. Pick one specific area to focus on. The first step is choosing a clear focus for your first few videos. Don't try to talk about everything you know all at once. Instead, pick one area you feel comfortable sharing, like buying a home, paying off debt, building your savings after 50, downsizing for retirement, or managing finances after a career change. Starting with one clear topic helps you feel focused, and it makes it easier for your viewers to connect with what you're teaching. Step 2, share one story, one lesson at a time. You don't need to teach an entire course in one video. Start small by sharing one personal story, one mistake you've learned from, and one tip that you would give to a friend. For example, you could record a video titled, "One Thing I Wish I Knew Before Buying My First Home," or "How I Rebuilt My Savings After 50. These simple, relatable lessons are exactly what people are searching for. Step 3, keep the technology simple. You don't need professional gear to get started. Your smartphone, some good natural light from a window, and a quiet space are more than enough. Focus on speaking clearly and connecting from the heart, not trying to create the perfect studio setup. Step 4, stay consistent and build momentum. Set a goal to post one video per week. One short video, 5 to 10 minutes long, where you share one idea, one story, or one piece of advice. Over time, those small, consistent efforts will add up to a valuable library of content that will help more people than you could ever imagine. Remember, you're not trying to be the loudest voice online. You're simply building a real connection with people who are ready to learn from someone who has truly lived what they are just beginning to face. Now let's imagine a few scenarios where your experience could become the foundation for meaningful, valuable content. The content that truly helps others who are facing the same challenges that you've already worked through. I've used the example of guiding a first-time homebuyer with practical tips. Imagine creating a series of short videos sharing what you wish someone had told you before you bought your first home. You could break it down into small topics like understanding closing costs, what to expect during inspection, or how to avoid common mistakes when choosing a mortgage. These are the kind of real-world insights that save people thousands of dollars and save them from massive amounts of stress. Another example, helping other people prepare for retirement and downsizing. You could share your experience with planning for retirement, making decisions about downsizing, selling a family home, or adjusting your finances to fit a new lifestyle. Simple videos about how you decide where to move to, what to keep, what to let go of, and how you budgeted for the transition could help countless people navigate one of the biggest changes of their life with even more confidence. Example number 3, teaching financial recovery after a setback. Maybe you went through a job loss, a market downturn, or unexpected expenses later in life. Sharing how you adapted, rebuilt your savings, and stayed motivated could encourage others with real-life strategies to people who feel like they're starting over and who desperately need to hear that it's not too late. Example 4, offering simple financial habits for stability. You might focus on the small, steady habits that made the biggest difference over time. Things like setting up automatic savings, tracking expenses, or paying off debt steadily instead of chasing quick wins. Many people are overwhelmed by the idea of money management, and your honest, practical advice could help them see that stability is possible, even in today's financial situation. You could also share lessons from real estate investment or home ownership. Even if you're not a professional investor, you could share lessons learned from buying, selling, maintaining, or managing properties. Topics like what to look for when buying a second home, or how to maintain a rental property, or what mistakes to avoid when selling your home over 50. These could all be incredibly valuable for growing an audience looking for down-to-earth, real advice. None of these scenarios require you to be perfect. None of them require you to have a background in finance or real estate sales. They simply require you to share your lived experiences, your lessons, your hard-earned wisdom. One story, one insight, one video at a time. Now you might be wondering, why YouTube? Why is this the right place to share your real estate experience, your financial wisdom, especially after 50? Well, the answer, it's quite simple. YouTube gives you something few other platforms can offer. Unlimited reach, complete freedom, and an audience that is actively searching for real answers from real people. You see, YouTube levels the playing field. On YouTube, it doesn't matter if you're a professional financial planner or just someone who's learned by living through the ups and downs in life. What matters is authenticity. And people are hungry for guidance that feels honest, relatable, and tested by real experiences. See, your life experience is a massive advantage. Unlike younger creators who might be sharing theory or secondhand advice, you have decades of lived knowledge, real home purchases, real financial decisions, real economic cycles with the ups and downs. You can offer not just what worked, but why it worked. And that depth of perspective is priceless. See, YouTube is a platform for legacy and impact. Every story you share, every tip you teach, and every lesson you explain becomes part of a growing library of wisdom that can help others. Today, next year, or even 5 to 10 years from now. You're not just posting content. You have the ability to build a legacy, a place where experience continues to guide, support, and uplift people who are trying to navigate their own financial and real estate journeys. YouTube is powerful because it allows you to make a difference without needing anyone's permission. No certifications, No traditional gatekeepers, no need to fit someone else's mold, and no silly dances. It's simply you, your voice, your story, your lessons, reaching the people that need it most. And the best part about it is getting started doesn't require a massive audience or perfect production. It just requires the willingness to start small, stay consistent, and keep sharing what you already know that could make someone else's future a little bit brighter. If you're feeling a little nervous about getting started, that's perfectly normal. Starting anything new, especially something as personal as sharing your knowledge, can feel overwhelming at first. But remember, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You already have the stories. You already have the wisdom. You already have the lessons that could make a difference in someone else's financial journey. All you have to do now is take the first step. So here's exactly what I want you to do. Before the end of today, take 5 minutes and write down 3 small lessons you've learned about money, home ownership, real estate, financial planning, all of these topics over the years. Think small and specific, not complicated. It could be something like the biggest mistake I made when buying my second home, or a smart move that I made that helped me save more money after 50. Or what I wish I knew about mortgages before I actually acquired one. Then pick one of those ideas, open your phone camera, and record a simple 2 or 3 minute video. Just sharing the one lesson as if you're explaining it to a good friend who needs advice. No fancy editing, no perfect setup, just your voice, your story, and your willingness to help. Taking that first small action is how you start to build momentum. It's how you move from thinking about making a difference to actually making one. And once you start, you'll realize you have so much more to give than you ever thought possible. You don't need a massive audience to make a difference. You don't need perfect lighting, perfect wording, or perfect timing. You have everything you need. You. Every financial decision that you navigated, every home you bought or sold, every lesson you learned the hard way, it can become the guide to someone else. And that's exactly what they need right now. Today, you have the chance to turn your knowledge into impact. You have the opportunity to turn your hard-earned wisdom into a legacy of helping others make smarter, stronger, and more confident choices. All it takes is a decision, one video, one story, one message of encouragement that could reach someone at exactly the right moment. If you're ready, I've put together a free guide that'll walk you through the simple steps of getting your YouTube channel launched. You'll find it in the link below. And if this message resonates with you, make sure you subscribe because I'm here to support you every step of the way. Your voice matters, your story matters, your wisdom matters, and your time to begin is right now.